State your name.
Joseph Routine.
How old are you, Joseph?
I'm 25.
Tell me about where you grew up at and what's going on with you.
I grew up in Granite City, Illinois, on Lee Street, right actually behind this hospital right here.
What schools did you go to?
Granite City. I went to Wilson for elementary and went to Coolidge, got kicked out of Coolidge. Went to Grigsby. They wouldn't give me no IEP for coordinated youth, so they just sent me to Grigsby, and then I went to high school.
How was your home life growing up? Mother and dad?
My mom, she gave me and my sister up when we was 5. You know, my stepdad tried to do some things to her, and she had a nervous breakdown, and she couldn't take care of me and my sister like that. She was a single mom. You know, she was overweight, you know, and she couldn't really find a job, you know, so she gave me and my sister up to my dad, and we lived with him. He could raise us.
How was life growing up with your dad?
It was okay. My dad, you know, my dad was my dad played guitar. My dad, you know, has bands. You know, his life was based around music. You know, and he did drugs. You know, he drank alcohol. You know, he's the type, you know, you walk up to him and try to get advice, you know, he'll just tell you go away. You know, my dad always wanted to be alone. He didn't have no friends or nobody, but he had a girlfriend that, you know, he'd see a lot. So we ended up losing our house because we had no water on. So, you know, I had to live with my uncle 2 doors down, you know, and he raised me there for a little bit. He was always a father figure to me. And, you know, my dad would just be at his girlfriend's house all the time. But, you know, now, me and my dad, we've grown closer. You know, I've been to prison 4 times.
Can you tell us about at what age did you start getting introduced to crime and
17 years old.
what happened? Like, what was the circumstances behind that?
Well, I started robbing cars and I got the adrenaline rush, you know. You know, I was hanging around with stupid people and stuff like that. And I was 17 years old, I ended up robbing my neighbor's car like a dummy. Got caught on camera and my dad called the police on me. Because I got caught because he found the key inside my room. So my stupid ass kept it.
How did you feel about your dad calling the police on you?
I feel like it was kind of bogus, yeah. You know, but, you know, my dad loves me and he cares about me. So, you know, and he wanted me to learn my lesson, you know, because I was still fucking up, but, you know, I didn't get in trouble. I never got caught, you know, until I was 17 years old.
What about drinking and any other types of substances? What age were you when you started experimenting,
Well,
if you did?
Smoked cigarettes when I was 9 years old. Drank drugs like marijuana. I was doing marijuana since I was like 12. And alcohol, first beer. I haven't drank in years. I quit drinking, you know, because I get stupid. I was 13 years old. And meth, I was 17.
How was your first meth experience?
Also, it was decent, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I tried to rap all night. My buddy kept playing the same song over and over again, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm tired of listening to the same song. I'm trying to make my own shit. It was okay, you know, it's nothing to be proud about, but... So I got all these freaking hair on, all this hair on me.
So your time with prison, you said you went 4 times.
Yeah.
The first time you went for...
It was fucking, what was it, home invasion? It got dropped down. I don't know if they dropped it down to a class 1 residential or a class 2, but I know they cut it down.
What was the situation, man? Like, what caused you to resort to that?
See, my old lady, she would always cheat on me and stuff. We would always argue. And, you know, I've done some pretty bad things. Yeah, you know, I put my hands on her and stuff like that. I was bad. And, you know, like, I was taking care of my kids. I was losing my kids and shit like that.
So
too.
you have kids?
Yeah, I have 2 kids.
Wow.
I have 2 boys, 7 and 8. And, you know, they live in Moline. You know, my baby mama, she was in prison, so, you know, I had to take care of the kids, but she's getting out soon, so we were stressed out. stuff like that. And my girl would I was messing around with this chick. I brought my girl to her house.
Wow.
You know, and I told old girl about my old lady and shit, but you know, she kept getting jealous and shit. She'd see us on the couch cuddled up, snuggled up together. And I don't know, I think it was a setup, dude. I think they set me up, dude, because it's weird. It's because they all knew the same motherfucking people. And me and my lady, we was arguing. And, you know, like, old girl, she had kids, so, you know, the kids are screaming, yelling, shit like that, because I'm over here furiously pissed off. You know, because I couldn't find my phone. I thought somebody stole my phone. And she kept trying to leave. And, so, you know, we're arguing, old girl tells me to leave. You know, and I was like, I'm not leaving without my phone. You know, because that's how I get in my own house. That's how I get a hold of my dad and shit like that, so... she told me to leave. I told her I'm not leaving without my phone. She's like, okay, well, go outside, smoke a cigarette, calm down, see if you guys can, you know, chill this out, you know, and just be nice to each other. Alright, I went outside. I smoked a cigarette. And fucking, she's sitting there trying to leave, you know. I'm sitting there like, man, just stop this shit, man. You can't keep doing this shit because I'm not going to keep playing these games with you. You know, and, old girl that owned the house, she called her uncle and said I was refusing to leave. And that I was over there starting trouble, that the kids are scared, shit like that. So I'm on the porch, I'm arguing with my girl. All I was like, here, you motherfucker. I try to turn around, these guys running at me. I hit him twice. Boop, boop, I hit him. But when he got back up, because he fell. When he got back up, old girl, she was opening the door. You know, she's kind of peeking out, seeing what's going on the porch. Dude tackles me through the door. And she said I forced my way inside her house and beat dude up because he was messing around with my old lady. That was my very first prison.
What were the other times?
Second was just a parole violation. The third time was a stolen car. I took the police on a chase from Madison all the way to this parking lot, crashed in McDonald's. I took off running down the alley over here, tried to hop in the trash can, it just got done raining. I Peter Griffin right in the middle of the freaking alley. Yeah, JD from Madison got me, and I did 2 years, and then my fourth one was just recently. I just got out in September. Got out September 7th, my baby mama's birthday, and the day Tupac died. You know, and that was just for parole violation. I just did the rest of my time on my parole now.
Why do you keep getting violated with your parole?
I just had no place to stay. I kept getting kicked out of this halfway house just because this halfway house is bad, dude. There's drugs all out throughout this, women, all that stuff. Because this last time I was messing around with a chick in there, you know, and she was also on parole and they kicked us out because she sucked me in the room.
How long have you been homeless? Or in between or whatever?
I gotta say, these 6 years.
What caused that?
We lost our house to back taxes. And me, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you, you know, I'm still on drugs.
What drugs are you on?
And just, you know, weed. And, you know, I do the meth every now and then. Yeah,
Have you ever tried to work and get a legitimate job?
Yeah, but I sound stupid for saying this, but there's only certain things I would do. Like renovation contract and construction. I could do that. I've done that with my dad my whole life. You know, I know how to do everything, plumbing, electricity. Well, electricity, I don't like to mess around with it because it's dangerous. You know, and roofing, I do not like heights. But everything else, I could do it. I could build a house from the ground up.
How long has it been since you've been sober, and what's the longest have you ever been sober?
I gotta say 2 years. I've done it before. I know I could do it. I know I can.
Do you see yourself ever being sober completely, or to live a better life, or do you think you can continue doing what you're doing?
Like, I can continue doing what I'm doing, but in a smarter way. I'm trying to work on that, but I like partying.
Okay.
You know, I ain't never gonna stop smoking weed. You know, I don't drink. You know, but I do my thing. You know, I hustle and stuff like that. But I can do this in a smarter way. I can.
What's the day to day for you? Like when you get up in the morning, like how does your day start? Like what does your day consist of?
I get up in the morning. You know, do my bathroom business. Take a shower. You know, and I'll go eat. You know, and I just go find a money, find a way to make money.
How do you make money every day?
And sometimes I'm like panhandle, or you know, like I'll sell merchandise like clothing, stuff like that.
When do you feel like you'll be tired of this life and you'll be like ready to embark on something different or something safer? Because is it safe out here, man, or is it like
It's not.
like how do you cope with being out here? Like what is the advantages or disadvantages, like the danger level? Like it's just
like, see me, I keep constantly getting my stuff stolen from me. I got snaked the other day at QT just because I had some wet wipes that the guy had in his car that got robbed. It's just because I had Clorox wet wipes. He snaked me twice in the back of the head. And yes, get tired of this life? Yeah. Get tired of this life? To be honest, I'm tired of it right now, to be honest. I really am.
So what do you have planned, since you're tired, what is the plan to do something different?
Well, my buddy's actually going to get me a job. You doing that construction renovation. You know, somebody's been asking him for some guys. And, you know, he finally got me a place to live now.
Okay.
You know, his mom said I could live there, help out with the rent. You know, so, you know, I'm starting to do it. So start slowly but surely. Slow and steady wins the race.
Where are your kids, man?
Moline. My baby mama will not let me talk to them because I do not want to be with her. It's because I caught her shooting up heroin in front of my kid.
Do you understand, if you get yourself together, that you can go to the courts to petition for custody, but you have to have yourself together first?
But yeah.
And you have to make the decision what's more important, partying or raising your kids, because if you don't have a role in their life, man, you can't really dictate the direction. So what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. Okay, I need to be sober and all that. You know,
Because sounds like
that is more important.
Because sounds like the drugs are the root of the problem. So if we know what the root of the problem is, now all we do is go about the solution. But the solution starts with you. And I know it's easier said than done, man, so I'm not going to, you know, you like what you like, but it's like at some point, when do you get tired and say, you know what, I'm tired of this, I want to, you know, do this over there, or do this over there. It just
takes situations for me, like we're getting snaked. They're right then there, dude, I'm done, bro, because that's not the first time, man. You know, it's happened to me so many times, just this past month. You know, so like situations like that really makes me thinking, like, man, I don't need to be out here on these streets. And plus, you know, I just got my food stamps back, but before that, man, eating out of the dumpster, dude. You know, I like stuff like that. I go back and think on things like that.
How does where's the shelter? Like, where do you sleep at night, man? Like, how do you get out of the weather? Like, how does that go?
I see, like, me, what I do my drugs, you know, I don't sleep like that. But when I do sleep, I find a bando or something, or just wherever I run out of gas at. You know, it's not safe. That's not safe at all.
So the biggest question is, when do we choose safe over the streets? Because the streets come with danger. So when do we get to that point, if ever?
I don't know. That's something I'm gonna have to think about. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take time and think about that one. Just to be honest, I really can't tell you.
Because you're a young guy, man. You have your whole life ahead of you, and you basically your worst enemy at the same time, like most of us. So When do we get tired of being our worst enemy and say, you know what, I'm gonna do the right thing, or do the right thing for me, what works for me? Because being out here is, man, you don't know what's going on from day to day.
You know, see, I get blessed a lot out here in these streets, but you know, it's like when I start to lose all that, when I start to lose everything I have. You know, like I try my damnedest, and I'll do anything to protect everything I have. You know, with my life if I have to, because that's all I have.
Yes.
You know, but when it starts affecting that, you know, that's when, you know, I start realizing okay, I need to slow down a little bit, or you know, I need to look for better options.
What are the options that you've came up with so far?
Well, finding better friends. Finding better friends, you know, like that's actually got their shit together, that actually want to help me. You know, I ain't got many of those. I really don't have many of those, but you know, I got a couple.
You know, the one that you keep avoiding, you got to help yourself first. We can't look for help from others if we're not helping ourselves first.
That's true.
So, again, we're always in our own way. So, you know, man, I just try to understand why we fight ourselves more than we fight anybody, because that's basically what it is.
Yeah, you are.
You beat yourself up over the mistakes you've made. You beat yourself up over your circumstances. When do we stop beating ourselves up? Because nobody can beat us up like we can. And my thing is basically, when do we get to a point where that gets old? Because everything gets old. Everything has an expiration date.
Yeah, we're always gonna beat ourselves up over something,
Yes.
though, you know. But I don't let that shit really get to me. I always keep myself smiling and uplifted.
Yes.
I'll think of the smallest fucking thing, and that's, you know, that's decent. You know, I always keep people laughing and smiling. But you know, we're always gonna beat ourselves up about something.
Yes.
There's always we all have demons. We all have poison. I have our poison.
Yes.
So I really say never, like, for real. Like, I'm always gonna have something in my life that I'm just gonna, you know, but I'm gonna pull myself up.
If you could go back in time and talk to your younger self, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give yourself?
To be honest, I won't give myself no advice. I just beat the shit out of myself. I ain't even gonna lie. I've said that yesterday. If I could, like, just jump out my body and just catch myself one day and beat the tar out of myself, my past self, like, for real. Like, some people just need an ass whooping. That's what my dad said. Some people just need an ass whooping.
So, in closing, man, if it's anybody looking for you, worried about you, wondering where you are, wondering how to get in touch with you, now's the time to say something to them, man, in closing.
Well, Dad, I love you, and that, you know, I am trying. You know, I'm trying my damnedest, but things are starting to look bright, and I'm not gonna make you disappointed. You know, I'm gonna work on myself, and nobody else could do it but me. No rehab, no none of that. No, because you know I've done it.
I appreciate you sitting down with me, man. Thank you very much.
No problem. It's good meeting you.